How's everybody doing? All right. Well, I've been riding the old Trek Excalibur 8 for quite a while now. I shouldn't say old, it's a 2017 model. But now that most of the spring mud is kind of out of the way, it's time to give this thing a good bath. As you can see, I have caked on plenty of mud on this bad boy over the last couple of weeks, and it is time to give it a good bath. So we're simply going to get the hose out, spray it down, get the worst of the mud off of it. In this video, I'm basically going to go through simple bike cleaning and oiling the chain, maintenance, basic maintenance, that kind of thing. And it's time that we do that to the Excalibur here. I'm also going to go over some of the things that I carry with me on my bike and some of the storage that I have on my bike. So, testing out the waterproof case on the GoPro here. Worked pretty good. But we're going to get the worst of that mud off. Okay, now that we got the worst of the mud off with the hose, we're going to simply get some soapy water and get you one of these brushes. I think I got it at Dollar Tree for $1. And we're going to suds it up, and we're going to get in all the little cracks and crevices of the brakes and the gears and everywhere where dust and dirt's going to hide out. And those bristles in that brush, they'll get right in there. Another thing we're going to do is run along the wheel. You'll never get that wheel, no matter how much soap, water you use, you'll never get that wheel clean if you don't scrub it. So then after I do the fine details with the brush, I just kind of go over it with a rag. You know, it's not rocket science. We're just washing our bicycle. I'm going to get in here and get through all the intricate details of the front derailleur and get it good. So once the bike is clean, somewhat clean with soap and water and rinsed off and dried, I'm going to go ahead and bring it in the garage and put it on the stand. This is called Bike Lust. This is a silicone bike polish. This stuff works absolutely great. It's kind of a wax, just like waxing a car, basically. And so you're going to take a rag, spray it on, and you don't need to let it sit. You just immediately wipe, and it will polish up a bike cleaner than a whistle. It works really good. Really like this stuff. So you don't have to get too crazy about it. Just kind of go over it. You don't have to worry about getting in every little detail. Although I do spin the wheel and kind of get the wheel polished. Otherwise that wheel will just have dust and dirt remnants. Plus you want to go up and down. If you have time, you want to go up and down each spoke. But that can take a little time. That's depends on how much you want to clean it. So here I'm degreasing the chain. So you want to take any good degreaser will work. But I'll tell you what, the best thing you can use is Dawn dish soap, or any dish soap for that matter, and just run it along the chain, and you'll notice that if you take your rag and just wrap it around the chain and spin the wheel, spin the pedals, you will get tons and tons of black off of the chain, and that's all the grease coming off the chain there. So you want to do that a few times. Yeah, look at all that grease. Yep. This is called Rock and Roll Chain Lube. It's really good. Really good chain lube. I got it at Nick's Cycling in Burlington, Iowa. But you can order it online, and you can probably get it at your local bike shop. It's not cheap. I think it's about $10 for a thing, but it'll last you more than an entire riding season. So I only lube my chain every couple of weeks, every couple 100 miles maybe, something like that. You don't have to get crazy with it. It's not necessary to lube your chain after every ride. So you just spray some of that on the cassette and onto the chain, and you want to shift it through each of the gears, which is what I'm doing here. I'm going to shift it through each of the gears so that it gets equally applied to each gear on the cassette. if you don't have a bike stand, I think that's a really good investment. So now what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the barrel adjuster. I noticed that it was a little bit hesitant on the shifting. And so what's great, if you own a bicycle that's newer than 20 years old, they'll have a barrel adjuster up by the shifters on the handlebars. And you can tighten that barrel adjuster to make it shift up faster or to make it shift down faster, depending on which way you spin that barrel adjuster. It's a quick adjustment. Basically what it does is it takes the slack out of the cable. So then I go ahead and I shift down through every gear. I make sure it's working good. I make sure the barrel adjuster's in the right spot. I've wiped all the excess off of the chain, all the excess lube off the chain. On the directions of that rock and roll chain lube, it actually says you can't wipe it too much. So every time you wipe it, you're actually kind of driving it into the inside of the chain. So this little cup holder is a little 99-cent cup holder I got from the auto parts store. And it's one of those things you're supposed to hang on your window so that you can have a cup or whatever on your window. But I use it for my little Bluetooth speaker, and it works really good for that. Unfortunately, it's coming undone. I just got it held on with electrical tape there. So we're gonna go ahead and redo that. Got some electrical tape, and I'm gonna redo that so it's solid. What I like about it is those little tabs. I can actually flip those little tabs up so that the speaker doesn't fall out when I hit a bump. So this is my my headlight, and got it mounted, remounted, and working good. It's got a flash mode, and it's got a bright and a dim mode. And what's really cool about it is it just unclips like that, and you can take it in the house and you can charge it with a cell phone charger. It's got a Android style charging port on it. And this is my cell phone bag. And so this is going to go in the gas tank position on the bike. And it's got a strap that goes around the top tube, and it's got a strap that goes around the steering tube. And I can put my phone in there, my wallet, a few other odds and ends. I also have a solar charger too. So this is my my main bag that carries most of the important stuff that I need on a bike ride. I like to keep some tube repair patches in there. I also keep a multi-tool. This is a Leatherman. I like to keep that in there. You never know when you're going to need pliers or a pocket knife or something like that. And I like to keep... this is some Allen wrenches just wrapped in electrical tape. Each of these Allen wrenches fits a certain Allen wrench fitting on the bicycle, so I can actually fix anything on my bike with those Allen wrenches. This is a wall plug, so I can charge my phone, my headlight, my speaker, and I also have cords. Not shown in this video is my solar battery charger, which is actually pretty cool. So now I can actually charge as I'm going down the road, which is pretty neat. And gotta have some electrical tape in there, because you never know when stuff's gonna fall apart on you and you just need some tape. These are dude wipes. These are perfect little wipes for on the go. You never know when you might have that unscheduled cornfield stop. And there's just a wad of toilet paper. I was having some allergies and I had to blow my nose a lot. That's no longer in that bag, but that's why that's there in this particular case. And so this bag just hangs from the handlebars, just like so. It's pretty simple. You just wrap it around the handlebars and fasten it. Okay, so this bag here is my tool bag that goes underneath my seat. This has all my tire changing stuff in it. This has the CO2 cartridge, and it also has the CO2 cracker and fitting for the tire. I also have a spare tube and a tire changing tool. And I have each one of these on each one of my bikes, and they have the tube for that particular bike on there. This is the only bike where I actually carry a CO2 canister instead of a hand pump. On the other bikes, I carry a hand pump with me. This is my flashing tail light that allows cars to see me from at night or on a very dark day. that's good to have. Other than that, the bike is clean. The only thing I didn't do is I did not clean the tires. I'm checking the tire pressure there to make sure it's good, and it's good. This is my Halt for mean dogs. It's a pepper spray and keeps mean dogs from biting me. The only thing I didn't clean was the tires. Sometimes I'll spray that tire foam so that they return to their black color. But other than that, the bike's clean. It's oiled up. It's ready to take out for at least another couple 100 miles. And I love this seat. I'm actually going to check into buying 2 or 3 more of these seats so that I have one for each bike. This is my Fat Boy seat, but I absolutely love it. I am kind of changing my outlook on bicycling and the seats. I fit on this good. I really enjoy it. So thank you for tuning in. And that's some basic bike maintenance and care. We'll see you next time.